This tutorial is for 2nd grade, Module 3, Lesson 2. In this lesson, we're going to work on skip counting by larger numbers. In the past, the students were pretty good at skip counting when we start at 0. For example, in this first problem, it says to start at 0 and count by 100s until we get to 300. So we would say 0, 100, 200, 300. Now most students are pretty good at that type of skip counting. In problem B, we are going to start at 300 though and skip count by tens. Without practice, students have a hard time starting at a number other than 0. So we're going to work on that type of skip counting in this lesson. So here we're starting at 300. We're going to count by tens until we get to the number 340. And we want the students to see that skip counting by tens in the 300s is very similar to skip counting by tens when you start from 0. So if we start at 300, the first number would be 310. And we're just going to add on another 10 each time we move to the next space. So the next number would be 320, then 330, and 340. So the hundreds digit and the ones digit stay the same. It's the tens digit that is changing because we're counting by tens. Now we're going to start at the number 340 and count by ones until we get to the number 344. I start at 340. If I'm counting by ones, the next number would be 341. And then 342, 343, and 344. Here, the hundreds digit and the tens digit stay the same, but the ones digit changes since we're counting by ones. And throughout this lesson, we want to keep a focus on the place value. The question says how many 100s are in 344? Well, 300 means that there are 3 hundredths. How many tens are in the same number, 344? Well, the 4 is in the tens place. That tells me there are 4 tens in that number. Since there is a 4 in the ones place, that means there's also 4 ones in the number 344. We're also going to change up the skip counting a little bit. We're going to start by counting by ones, but once we reach the friendly number of 80, then we're going to switch over and count by tens. Here's what I mean. We'll start 77, 78, 79, 80. At this point, I'm going to continue skip counting, but I'm going to count by tens. So I have 90, 10 more would be 100. Then I add another 10 onto that, I'd get 110, and then 120. So we want the students to be efficient in stopping when they reach that friendly number and making bigger jumps to move along the number line more quickly.